Good evening. Breaking news here. XRP Future Millionaire. XRP has broke under 80 cents again, and we're down 7.5%. Bitcoin's crashing. We're down under 47,000, and we could have a repeat here of what happened the other day. These are starting to come down rapidly. This is what I was trying to allude to in my last update. We don't know how fast it's going to come down, but we did break through that 47,118. And that looks to me like a prototypical head and shoulders to me. So if we break through that 47,118, we could very quickly and swiftly go down to 44,825. I like to be the forefront of news when it comes to XRP. I like to come on when the updates are absolutely vital. Make sure to hit that like button and turn that bell notification to all. I'm going to give you 8 seconds to hit that like. Okay, now that you've hit that like button, so XRP is under 80 cents. We're going to see how it rebounds right here, but I have a feeling it's coming down to that 75 cents first, and then likely it could come down to 57, but we'll have to see how we react in this area. As you can see, we've started to come down here pretty quickly now since my last update. So we're trading between 75 cent support still and 84,850 resistance. As I said before, we came through the 30-minute time frame, so this is starting to turn into a pretty big cluster here. We're going to get this natural bouncing up and down, but if we break through this 47,118 and use it as resistance, that's what we're looking for. I've literally come to you right when this started happening. So your next step is to see if 47,118 is used as resistance. If it is right here, this will be a very quick motion down to 44,825. You'll literally see if this gets rejected here. You could even, you want to see it come back into this area and at least get topside of there if you want it to stay up here. But you could very quickly start to go like this and end up having a very quick liquidation. So we're on the ropes right now. You often see right before a crash, you hug the support that you're hanging by. And right now, 47,118. But look at this, guys. Very critical on Bitcoin. Bottom side. That's what I say. When you're in the market, when you're watching people on YouTube, make sure you're gravitating towards the ones, me, Vincenzo, that are optimistic but realistic. We understand what's going on. I understand crypto better than anybody. I understand the ISO workings. I understand all the stuff that goes on in the CPI and all that good stuff, which I've shared on my show. I've shared on my Swing Traders Anonymous and the ISO headquarters. So what this looks like is in a very short term is we have a continuation to the downside here off of the 1 minute time frame. We're being rejected right now by the 47,118 line, and we're looking for any kind of push. Any kind of push. We're likely, what I would say, is you'd come up here to the short-term moving average. They're 50, 20, 50, 100, 200. But I don't even know if you'd get up here now. I think we're going to try to... Well, I mean, I guess you could come up right there. That's the 20-day. But we're trying to see how big of a reaction we get from here. So, in real time right now, we're trying to actively flip 47,118. We've got a very weak kick up in the 1 minute after all that volume coming down. Now we're trying to stabilize and go up, and look how weak the volume is. This is a prototypical sign that this is not going to be pretty. So pay attention here, guys, because I always tell you guys, you're not selling under $1, but have some money stacked to the side in case we do crash. And this is what we've been talking about for the last 48 to 72 hours since that last drop. And we're actively in the process. You see that wick? I'm not surprised that that wick is pulling back. I'm not surprised at all. I think this is going to end up being short-lived at this area. We're trying to show it as support, but you can see what's happening. We're being rejected very quickly. So that's 47,171. XRP is doing the same thing. It came up with the short-term moving average in the 1 minute. But like I said, in the 30-minute time frame, we're well underneath. And I talked about this hook it was creating, so I figured we could start to come down more. So, somebody got banned in the comments, and I don't care about the comments, but I don't like the word they use, so they got banned. I don't like, when you're talking about someone being a moron or whatever, I don't like the word, if you catch what I'm saying. I don't like that word. You can mock me, but don't use that word in my comments when you put me down. Fortunately, I wasn't one to report the spam, but I was the one to end you on this channel. So, with that being said, 84.8 is resistance, 75 cents support. We came through a very critical level, and I want to see if this 75 cents even holds. I don't know how my 75 cents keeps getting deleted, that red line. But, I mean, we can see it. It's right on my blue line that I had drawn long ago. So, That's what we're looking at. With XLM, you could see that was also coming down rather hardly. We're down to 26 cents. We have support that it came down under 27.2, which we were talking about earlier, because it was above it. What, 2 hours ago? Actually, no, it had just fallen below it. And then 27.2 is resistance, 24.8 is support. And then if we fall through there, we'll start to have this little pull down. So something like, let me move this over. I think we would have this pull down, and we have this line first, but if we fall through there, so you could have, here, let me, I'm trying to make this up to minute, up to date, and I deleted some of them on accident, that's why it's missing spots. So you would either come down to like this bottom here, so you got this bottom here, that you could actually come back and retest this area. And then I think it would just come back down even if it did that. But I think we're coming down to lower levels. But if you made it past this level, you could have something like this. You'd extend out here. And you'd come up in here. And then you'd do something up here in this area. And then you could consolidate for a while. But I think, because then you could do something like that. But I don't think that's what's going on, though. I think we're actually going to extend down off of here. Even if we were to retest after a breakdown, I'm just not so sure that that's going to happen. I think what's more likely is we're going to break down, and we could be down at 19 cents here, quicker rather than later. But look at that double bottom V right there. Because if you bring this out into a longer time frame with XLM, you would get a double bottom right in that area. But I think we need to go down just a little bit farther because it's just past that yellow line. But you guys get what I'm saying. I'll fix this real quick. I don't want it to be not to what I'm, not to my.
Every murder has a story. How that story ends lies in the final 24.
Something like that. But then if it doesn't break, it'll just come down to here. If it comes down instead of going up. I like that a lot. Because it would do something like that. But first it would come up here. So you would get a fake out initially, I would imagine. I don't think it would just fall through. I think you'd get something like that. And then it would break back down and come down here. And then you would decide. So that's basically what you could be looking at. So yeah, it's a lot. But that's what we're looking at. So right now we're at 27.2 resistance, 24.8 support. And we're coming down. We're trying to hang on here, but we had a terrible close. XRP, well, I mean, it could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better. XRP closed like right at 70 or 80 cents. Bitcoin closed right about 47,100, and it was right on its support line. So the fact that we dragged down right there right before the close and pulled back into some new territory is probably not a great sign here. So make sure you're paying attention to this update. So a quick synopsis here. XRP support 75.17, resistance 84.850, XLM support 24.80, resistance 27.20, DGB is down at this 3383, resistance 3505. If we fall through this, we go to 3174, but likely it would just be a quick spot down to 2561. And with Bitcoin, we already said, I believe we went over Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got, oh no, we didn't. Resistance at 48,732. Support at 47,118, and it's hanging on. It's on life support. And then below that, we got 44,825 and 41,954. Make sure you pay attention to this update. Consider joining Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Get the exclusive and elusive subscription-based service. Oh, yes. You get the exclusive emoji badges in month 1 of me being abducted by aliens. In month 2, Dusty's Hot House Crypto News. Month 3, the XRP meteor coming down to Earth, a flaming meteor. And in month 6, you get the predictor, the XRP predictor. And then also you get the exclusive Telegram along with the exclusive content on YouTube. If you subscribe to Tom's Army for $9.99 a month, it helps support the channel. It helps for a good cause because it helps me keep this content free for all. So now what we want to watch after the daily close is now if we get this sudden push up right here, this is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare, guys. This came down so far that now we're working on resistance support levels in different spots. And we're literally one step away. Now we have the M. We have the downside. This looks like it wants to come down. It really does. We had that one little fake out. So if you get anything out of this, start stacking up some money. We're so cheap, you're not selling. But what you're trying to do is gain more stock. We're under 80 cents for XRP. So the big breaking news is XRP is sub 80 cents. It did manage to close just at 80 cents. But there's a chance that we could come down rapidly here. So pay attention, be alert, and watch this twice if you have to.